coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium, just north of downtown Tampa. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the New Orleans Saints and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. On the return, Deontay Hardy. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11th.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Well, these two teams, they met in New Orleans earlier in the year with the Saints coming out on top. So if they can win here in Tampa, they'd be able to claim the season sweep.
Throwing on second down. Winston trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Levante David. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it's football 101 because when you come in as the favorite team, you obviously don't want to hand any kind of advantage to an opponent ready for an upset. Now, you'll be lucky to only be down 3-zip the next time you give the ball back because you've just handed them a dose of confidence to start this game.
Throwing, Jones. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And this is picked up by the Saints.
Tell me I didn't just see these first two possessions. I mean, is this one of those cases of anything you can do, I can do
better?
Maybe not better, huh? Worse? Yeah, just a little bit. Very sloppy start. I think maybe a case of the nerves for both teams.
And now we're back to an even playing field. Levante David in on the tackle. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Jameis to throw it.
They'll get this.
And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he's got his guys set up great now. 1st and goal. And the Pigs get at the 7-yard line.
Well, that sure started out as a good example of what they call backed up or coming out on offense, meaning you're backed up close to your own goal line. Big-time emphasis on practicing that to try and create some room at no less to give the punter a chance to kick the ball away. It means take care of the ball.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
Now Winston.
There's Chris Olave.
The 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. And I think it's safe to say we won't call many touchdown passes longer than that this year, partner.
No, I would agree with that totally. And right now, you're looking at an offensive coordinator. Conservative would not go next to his name. Risk taker, definitely, because he valued the opportunity to create a big play against what could have been disaster if they end up getting sacked or fumbling the ball in the shadow of their own goal line.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
Now Jones out to his left. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis.
And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
On 3rd down, Winston. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground. Well, that play there was certainly a scouting report special because Covey was all too aware that this close to the end zone, he's going to become a bigger weapon for that offense. And they were there to help force the incompletion.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Kamara.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. They give it off here to the tight end. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints.
Taysom Hill with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game.
Lutz with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucks offense set to begin their next possession.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Operating from the gun, Jones. That's complete to White. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
It's a gain of 11, and the Bucks have a first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Big Sheldon Rankins there to bring him down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Jones. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Bradley Roby, the ex-Buckeye, with a corner blitz and the sack.
4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. Deontay Hardy deep for New Orleans. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47.
Meanwhile, Winston's throw caught by his receiver, Hill. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They run on 1st down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender, and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
Sliding out of the pocket.
That's complete to Troutman, right side. And the Saints are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Taysom Hill, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Saints take a 3-touchdown lead.
Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now 21-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Dante Pettis now from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
Jones now to throw on 3rd down. This is White on the screen. They find some open field here.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Well, it doesn't matter where you put him, lined up in the backfield or split out like he was there. He can be a weapon when he gets that ball in his hands.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
Now Jones. Off play action.
Oh, into a sea of defenders have intercepted.
It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
And the Saints will take over here just shy of the 30.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. And the last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Winston. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
To throw is Winston.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. Now the Bucks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Winston. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And the route is on. It's 24-0.
Well, they got the turnover in great field position, but unable to do anything with it. And they're left taking the easy 3 on the field goal.
Yeah, you're right about that. A great chance at a short field touchdown. On a sudden change, you take the ball away. You expect your offense to put it into the end zone, but they'll take the 3 for now, even if they feel just a little bit let down.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Now a play fake here on first down. Looking downfield for Godwin. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
As we've seen, their first 2 drives didn't yield anything points-wise. Certainly feels like they think to themselves, it's time to open this thing up, taking the big shot downfield.
On second down, here's Fournette. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down, then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down.
Joe Tryon from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9. So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long.
And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. So that potentially an important takeaway here in this second quarter.
Because what it does is give their offense a chance to put a drive together. They've got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And now they have an opportunity.
Jones throwing to start the drive. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Off the bootleg, Jones. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Max Williams, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bucs get a bit closer.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that'll make it 24-7. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hands it off out of the gun. Taken down at the 42.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Winston. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
From the gun, Winston. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. Give him 32 on the play. Play fake. Winston. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Play action now. Winston steps away. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19. They'll run it with Kamara. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list.
And the Saints are able to add on to their first half lead.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
On 2nd and 10, Winston got his man complete over the middle. That's Hill. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Bucks are going to take possession here at their own 33. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked them off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
Here's Jones throwing on 1st down. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jones. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Jones now. A final shot before break. Looking downfield for Godwin. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. So after a very one-sided first half, what will the second half bring as we are back underway on EA Sports? The Bucks offense set to begin their next possession. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of...
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked up by Pete Werner. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
Partner, I see you reaching for the white flag. Put it down. I don't want you throwing it, but I understand why. Because if you do, you're hoping they might actually stop this game because we're in blowout territory right now. That interception just surrendered any momentum they built up in the locker room during halftime. So game plan, it's in the garbage. Time to try something new in this one.
A gain of 3, second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
On second down, they'll run it here. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
The Bucks with an extra defender now in the secondary here on third down. Here's Winston. He is going to find Hill here. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Down inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Saints have opened the lead up to 30. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Up the gut, Fournette, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Fournette once more on 2nd down.
And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. A nice job of just sticking the helmet down 9 yards on the play, but still 3rd and 12 now. Again, it's Fournette. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Rolling to his right.
And Jones will hit the deck here, and he is able to pick up the 1st down. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Inside handoff now to Fournette. And some room to work. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 16, 1st down Tampa Bay.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
The 2nd and 10 now as we roll along in the 3rd quarter from Tampa. Here's a give to Fournette. They'll get only a couple down to the 44. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Throwing Jones. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task. I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punch coming in, I'd never return punch, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are about whether you should fair catch it or not, but sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They'll give Fournette another crack. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line.
46 yards on the ground for him so far.
This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
Touchdown! Cade Otton, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bucks are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And the lead is down to 24. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Taken at about the 1.
Now Hardy on the return.
And he's going to be taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10.
And he's up past the 10 to about the 12.
Joe Tryon there to make the tackle.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. There comes the Saints punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Bucks will get ready to go on offense. The Bucks offense set to begin their next possession.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
A handoff to Fournette. And he's got room.
And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Now Leonard Fournette. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he's on to kick it away. Did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
Out of his end zone, Winston.
He completes it to Olave.
And he's going to get this up to the 24-yard line. 23 yards on the play. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
On 2nd and 9, Winston.
Out route to Hill, complete.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter. 61 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now Jones. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby.
And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. But that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
On play action, Winston. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
At the 22-yard line.
Into the hands of Pettis. It's a jet sweep. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
Well, part of why that play works is because the defense has to freeze because they don't know whether he's going to hand it off or keep it himself. And this time, how about that sleight of hand there? Gives it to his wideout. And that indecision defensively, boy, it hurt him in a big way.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll run it again with Fournette. And he'll get this across the 40 and up to about the 42-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And the lopsided affair finally coming to an end, and really no shortage of big plays for us to examine.